Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jasodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Hare Krishna Jasodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jasodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Jasodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Om Vijubha Paramahamsa Parivrajakacharya Ashotara Sata Sri Srimati Zvangres Esi Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vijubha Paramahamsa Parivrajakacharya Ashotara Sata Sri Srimati Zvangres Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Sikho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kundiri Govardhan Ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Mayapur Navadvip Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. गंगा माई की जय, जमुना माई की जय, श्रीमती तुलसी देवी की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन की जय, श्री श्री गौनीताई की जय, श्री श्री जगन्नाथ सुभद्रा बलदेव की जय, घोर प्रेमानंदी. All glories to the Sambhavatis, all glories to the Sambhavatis, all glories to the Sambhavatis, all glories to Sri Guru, Sri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve, Gauravani Pachaline, Nirvishesha Sunyavadi, Paschatya Desatarine. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th Skanda, 12th chapter, sloka number 21. Is it 21? 21. Vigyaya Tau Uttamagaya Kinkaro Abhyuttitaha Sadvasa Vismrita Kramaha Nanama Namani Grinan Madhudvishaha Parshat Pradhanau Iti Samhata Anjalihi Vigyayata Uttamagaya Kinkaro Abhyuttita Sadvasa Vismrita Kramaha Nanama Nama Nigrinan Madhudvishaha Parshad Pradhana Viti Samhatanjalihi Vigyayata Uttamagaya Kinkaro Abhyuttita Sadvasa Vismrita Kramaha Nanama Nama Nigrinan Madhudvishaha Parshad Pradhana Viti Samhatanjalihi Vigyayata Uttamagaya Kinkaro Abhyuttita Sadvasa Vismrita Kramaha Nanamanamani grinan madhudvishaha Parshad pradhana viti samhatanjali. Vaishnavis. Vigyaya. After understanding Tao, them, Uttamagaya, of Lord Vishnu, of excellent renown, Kinkaro, two servants, Abhyuttitaha, stood up, Sadhvasa, by being puzzled, Vismrita, forgot, Kramaha, proper behavior, Nanama, offered obeisances, Namani, names, Grinan, chanting, Madhudvishaha, of the Lord, the enemy of Madhu, Parshat, associates, Pradhanau, chief, Iti, thus, Samhata, respectfully joined, Anjalihi, with folded hands. Translation: Dhruva Maharaj, seeing that these uncommon personalities were direct servants of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, immediately stood up. But, being puzzled, in hastiness, he forgot how to receive them in a proper way. Therefore, he simply offered obeisances with folded hands and chanted and glorified the holy names of the Lord. Please repeat. Dhruva Maharaj, after seeing that these uncommon personalities were direct servants of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, immediately stood up. But being puzzled, in hastiness, he forgot how to receive them in the proper way. Therefore, he simply offered obeisances with folded hands and chanted and glorified the holy names of the Lord. Purport by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Chanting of the holy names of the Lord is perfect in every way. When Dhruva Maharaj saw the Vishnu Dutas the direct associates of Lord Vishnu, four-handed and nicely decorated. He could understand who they were, but for the time being he was puzzled. But simply by chanting the holy name of the Lord, the Hare Krishna mantra, he could satisfy the uncommon guests who had all of a sudden arrived before him. The chanting of the holy name of the Lord is perfect. Even though one does not know how to please Lord Vishnu or his associates, simply by sincerely chanting the holy name of the Lord, everything becomes perfect. A devotee, therefore, either in danger or in happiness, constantly chants the Hare Krishna mantra. When he is in danger, he is immediately relieved. And when he is in position to see Lord Vishnu or his associates directly, by chanting this Mahamantra, he can please the Lord. This is the absolute nature of the Mahamantra. Either in danger or in happiness, it can be chanted without limitation. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakham Vitansya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukham karoti vachalam pangum langhadate girim yat kripa tamaham bhande Sri Gurun dinatarinam. In this 12th chapter, we see how Dhruva Maharaj is going back home, back to Godhead, which is the ultimate end of human life. Not only human life, but all life. All life in the material world is suffering on account of being prisoners of this material world. But there is another world, that is the spiritual world. And Lord Krishna describes in the Bhagavad Gita that besides this material world, which is constantly subjected to creation, annihilation, there is another world. And in the 8th chapter, 20th sloka, he describes the spiritual world. Parastasmatu bhavanyo vyakto vyaktat sanatanaha yasa sarveshu bhuteshu nashatsu na vinasyati. Lord Krishna says that yet there is another unmanifest nature which is eternal and is transcendental to this manifested and unmanifested matter. It is supreme and is never annihilated. When all in this world is annihilated, that part remains as it is. So, in other words, this Sri Sri Gaunitai Ki Jai, Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan Ki Jai, Sri Sri Jagannath Subhadra Baladev Ki Jai. It is impossible to know about the existence of another world because it is unmanifest. This world is also sometimes unmanifest after destruction, and then again becomes manifested. But there is another world which is also unmanifest and which is never destroyed at any time. It is eternal, and it is beyond this material world. Avyakta, Vyakta. Sometimes Avyakta, sometimes Vyakta. But the other world, the spiritual world, is beyond all this. And it is Avyakta, it is also unmanifest. Nobody can see it from this point. And it is eternal. Parastasmatu bhavanyo vyakto vyaktat sanatana. That is Sanatan Dham. So the description is given in a summary in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita and other scriptures like Brahma Samhita or Srimad Bhagavatam gives a more elaborate description. So we should fix our mind on the destination, the spiritual world. Just like many of the students in India, they have their objective. Oh, when shall I go to America? When shall I go to Germany, somewhere, and finish my studies and get a job, and all my desires will be fulfilled? That is a dream of their life. And they keep a map of America in their house, and they constantly meditate. Oh, when shall I go there? So similarly, the devotees of the Lord, they know that there is another world, spiritual world, Vaikuntha, the highest planet, Goloka Vrindavan. That is the planet of Lord Krishna. And they fix their mind, when shall I go there? So Lord Krishna gave that description to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, where in a few moments from that description, they are going to engage in fight, very terrible fight. But whatever we may do in this material world, we should fix always our mind upon the lotus feet of Lord Krishna and his eternal abode. So that is and then in the next verse, Lord Krishna says, Avyakto ksharatyukta stamahu paramam gatim yam papya nanivartante tadhama paramam mama. That which the Vedantists describe as unmanifest and infallible, that which is known as a supreme destination, that place from which, having attained it, one never returns, that is my supreme abode. So this is further description of the spiritual world. It is infallible. It will always remain as it is. Avyakto ksharatyukta stamahu paramam gatim. And it is the supreme destination. And anyone who goes there will never return to this world. So that is the quality of the spiritual world. It is our eternal home. It is the home of Lord Krishna, and it is the home of all the devotees of the Lord. So when we are engaged here in material life, in the material world, we should always fix our mind upon the final destination. And in the next sloka, Lord Krishna says, Purusha saparapartha bhaktya labhyastvananyaya Jasyantastani bhutani yena sarvamidam tatam. So that means the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is greater than all, is attainable by unalloyed devotion. Although he is present in his abode, he is all-pervading and everything is situated within him. So, Bhaktya Labhyastu Ananyaya, that is the qualification. One may ask how Dhruva Maharaj was eligible to go to Vaikuntha, to the abode of the Supreme Lord. Here is the qualification given. Anyone who reaches also the qualification, Ananya Bhakti, that is the qualification to be eligible to go to the spiritual world. So, just like the example I was given, a person meditates going to America. So he will think how to go there. What is the qualification? I should have a proper degree, a proper passport, visa, and in this way I should apply for some job there. Then with all my papers I will submit and maybe I'll become eligible. So similarly, for this going to the spiritual world, we should also meditate on the qualification, and that is Ananya Bhakti. What is the meaning of Ananya Bhakti? That is to be completely devoted to the service of the Lord without any other separate interest. Ananya means no other interest. Ananya Bhakti, with love and devotion. Not that because I'm a powerful person, very well educated, and so on, I'm very big in the society, then I'll become eligible. No. Ananya Bhakti should be completely devoted to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and constantly engaged in His service in love and devotion. That is the qualification. In the purport to this sloka, Srila Prabhupada writes, to enter Krishna's supreme abode or the innumerable Vaikuntha planets is possible only by bhakti, devotional service, as clearly indicated here by the word bhaktya. No other process can help one attain that supreme abode. The Vedas, Gopal Tapani Upanishad 121, also describe the supreme abode and the supreme personality of Godhead. Eko Vasi Sarvaga Krishna. In that abode, there is only one supreme personality of Godhead, whose name is Krishna. He is a supreme merciful deity, and although situated there as one, he has expanded himself into millions and millions of plenary expansions. The Vedas compare the Lord to a tree standing still, yet bearing many varieties of fruits, flowers, and changing leaves. The plenary expansions of the Lord, who preside over the Vaikuntha planets, are four-armed, and they are known by a variety of names: Purushottama, Trivikrama, Kesava, Madhava, Aniruddha, Rishikesa, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Sridhara, Vasudeva, Damodara, Janardana, Narayana, Vamana, Padmanabha, and so on. So Srila Prabhupada takes great pleasure in giving some of the names of Lord Narayana. One can chant these names. And especially Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave us the Mahamantra in the purport to this sloka, Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Prabhupada gives a complete description of why we should chant the Mahamantra of the Lord. Here, in this context, Dhruva Maharaj, while meeting these two great personalities with 4 hands and fully decorated, blackish complexion and reddish eyes, he is in a state of wonder. He immediately understands that these two great personalities are associates of Lord Vishnu. He has already heard such descriptions in his life. And he has seen, at the age of 5, Lord Vishnu himself. So these two personalities very closely resemble Lord Vishnu himself. So they are also coming from the supreme abode of the Lord. So he is struck with wonder how they have come by plane and what they are going to do now. But he is in a state of bliss to be able to see these two great personalities. And he is getting ready to follow their instructions. But right away, he is not able to understand what to do next. He's just sitting there. He stood up to receive this Vaikunthavasi, Nanda Sunanda. And he is folding his hands, lowering his head as a mark of submission. And he is simply chanting, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So as Srila Prabhupada describes in the purport to this sloka, although Dhruva Maharaj was somewhat bewildered, he was not able to understand how to receive properly. The sloka says that Vismrita kramaha sadvasa. Sadvasa means being puzzled. Vismrita kramaha. He forgot. Although he is a great Kshatriya, certainly he knows how to receive great personalities and other kings. But for a moment, in that vision, in ecstasy, he forgot how to receive these two personalities, the proper behavior. But nanama namani grinan madhudvishaha. So what did he do? Immediately he chanted the holy name of Krishna. And that is perfect, as Prabhupada writes in the purport. There was no question of imperfection in Dhruva Maharaj's attitude. He was submissive. He received them with a very great respect and honor, and without any other activity, doing anything else, simply chanting the holy names of the Lord. And that is perfect. Prabhupada says that this holy name of the Lord is perfect, and there is no need to add anything. Whether we are in any situation, either in great happiness or in distress, anywhere, anytime, we should chant always the holy names of the Lord, so that everything, the whole situation will be perfectly adjusted. And if we can do this, if we can chant the holy names of the Lord in this lifetime, then at the time of death, when we have to leave this body, we shall also be able to remember the chanting of the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And there is no need to do anything else. Chanting the holy names is perfect in this lifetime and at the critical time of death. Prabhupada sometimes quoting a Bengali proverb that whatever you do in this life in the matter of sadhana will be tested at the time of death. So as we chant Hare Krishna in this lifetime, as following the instruction of Srila Prabhupada and the previous acharyas, then by their mercy we shall be able to remember the name of the Lord while quitting this body. And that will be the perfection of life. We need not worry about our next destination. Maybe we'll not see any plane or any Vishnu Dutta coming at that time. It may not be for everyone, but we rest assured that the chanting of the holy name of Lord Krishna at this critical time is perfect to make sure our next destination will be very good. Either the spiritual world, or as sometimes Prabhupada telling that in order to complete our sadhana may not be completed, so we can be transferred to another universe, to another planet, where Lord Krishna is enacting his Leela, and we can also participate in these Leelas, so that to complete our sadhana. And from that, we can become eligible to go to the spiritual world. So either immediately or step by step, by the chanting of the holy names is the absolute perfect sadhana. And Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantasya dridavataha namasyantasya mam bhaktya nitya yukta upasate. We remember this sloka coming from the lips of our spiritual master. So it is in the book, it is in the Bhagavad Gita, and it is spoken by Srila Prabhupada. I think I've already mentioned that at the end of a lecture, Srila Prabhupada was asking for questions from the audience. And among the audience, somebody asked Prabhupada, Guruji, Swamiji, you have started a temple here, installing the deities. This is very good. People can come here, take darshan. This is very auspicious. But Swamiji, certainly that is not the end of it. I'm sure you have some other message that goes beyond this worship of Radha Madan Mohan. There must be something more than that. So Srila Prabhupada immediately, he quoted this, that Satatam kirtanto mam yatantasya dridavataha namasyantasya mam bhaktya nitya yukta upasate. So the person was not satisfied hearing this sloka. Maybe he could not understand properly what Prabhupada wanted to say. And but Swamiji, there must be something beyond. Prabhupada repeated, Nitya Yukta Upasate. Once, twice, 3 times Prabhupada repeated with a very loud voice, trying to convince that person, Nitya Yukta, constantly engaged in worshipping me, constantly chanting the holy names of the Lord. Satatam kirtanto mam. So when Prabhupada was Prabhupada did not say anything more than that, simply repeating the sloka, Nitya Yukta Upasate. And that person, he just kept quiet and he left. We do not know whether he understood the message or not, but he could not say anything more than that. So there was no argument, no question of arguing about Lord Krishna's teachings and Srila Prabhupada's teachings. As Prabhupada says, that in the purport, that the Mahatma cannot be manufactured by rubber stamping an ordinary man. His symptoms are described here. A Mahatma is always engaged in chanting the glories of the Supreme Lord Krishna, the personality of Godhead. He has no other business. He is always engaged in the glorification of the Lord. In other words, he is not an impersonalist. When the question of glorification is there, one has to glorify the Supreme Lord, praising His holy name, His eternal form, His transcendental qualities, and His uncommon pastimes. One has to glorify all these things. Therefore, Mahatma is attached to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and so on. So there's a very important teachings we find in the Bhagavad Gita, that one should be exclusively engaged in worshipping the Supreme Lord, chanting His holy names in all circumstances. And whether we are in state of danger, sometimes people automatically, spontaneously, they'll chant in danger, "Oh Krishna, please save me." But in happiness, they forget. They say, "Now I'm happy. I don't have to do anything more than that. I'm simply enjoying the situation." So in happiness also, we should not forget to chant the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Otherwise, we are just liable to remain in this material world. But by chanting Hare Krishna, just like Dhruva Maharaj, he could not understand what to do, but he knew the holy names of the Lord. So if we can just remember that, we may forget everything else at the time of death, or our body will not function anymore. Everything will be completely in disorder. But that is a transcendental sound vibration, Hare Krishna. That is beyond the bodily functioning. So we have to fix our mind in this lifetime. At the time of death, we shall, just like Dhruva Maharaj, chanting Hare Krishna, and in this way our life will be perfect. Any other questions or comments? Hare Krishna. So the attitude is, as described here, Ananya Bhakti. In the 8th chapter, 20. Ananya Bhakti. Exclusive devotion. That is the qualification. Yes, right. Attitude, yes. Nam namakari bahuda nija sarva saktis. Tatrapita niyameta smaranena kala. Etadrusi tava kripa bhagavan mamapi. Durdaiva me drusami hajani nanvaraga. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is writing, I don't have that attitude. Lord Krishna, you have invested all your potencies in the holy name, and there is no rules to chant the holy names anytime, anywhere, by anybody. But I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for this holy name. So that is the problem. We have to solve that problem. Now in this lifetime, we have to develop attachment for chanting Hare Krishna. That is our only concern. We should not distinguish between the holy names of the Lord, Vishnu Tattva, Krishna Tattva. Chaitanya Charitamrita says that these holy names have equal potency. So there is no question of discriminating. We worship Lord Krishna as the origin of all Vishnu Tattva. But we should also understand that we should not commit an offense against the holy name of the Lord, trying to discriminate between one name and another name. All names have equal potency. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.